yogis, welcome to your at-home yoga practice. I'm Anne. Today we're going to work on some hip opening, so I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get started right away in a down dog. So come onto your hands and your knees. And just take time here in this first down dog to stretch your back out, get your arms strong, pedal out your legs. Take a few deep breaths to yourself. And kind of just acknowledge that your practice has now started. So let go of any expectation you might be holding for your practice today and just kind of be open to doing whatever comes up. Feel free to modify along the way if you feel like it's too much. I have one yoga block. You're always welcome to use props in my classes. So let's find steady and still legs in down dog. Spread your toes out and spread your fingers out. Take a nice full deep breath in through your nose. And then sigh your breath out through your mouth. Two more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Walk your hands to the back of your yoga mat. Meet up with your feet. Take your feet to hips width distance. So take your two fists and measure just 2 fists width between your big toes, and that's about hips width. Bend your knees a little bit. Hinge at your waist and grab across for opposite elbows. Let the muscles in your neck relax, your jaw relax. Try to completely let your head hang heavy here. Let your body just gently sway side to side, just getting that little bit of movement to help open up the back and the backs of the legs. If you're like me, I'm really tight in my hamstrings today. So we'll also open up the backs of the legs. Take about 3 more breaths. Let's switch which forearm is crossed on top. Find some balance. Sometimes that balance isn't just in the body, but it's in the brain, how you set things up. We always kind of set things up the same way. All right, let's pause in the center. With your in-breath, come up halfway. So you can do fingertips on mat or blocks, or hands up onto the shins. And if you really need to, hands up onto your thighs. With your exhale, just pour your heart back forward, just opening up the backs of the legs. Inhale again, come up halfway. Lean forward into your toes, keep your back flat, your neck long, so no need to look too far forward. Exhale, fold all the way in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, half lift into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Let that feel really good to move. Walk your hands forward all the way into plank position, and plank can be done with your knees down if you need to. Let's take 5 full deep breaths just to warm up our core. Feel yourself pushing the earth away, keeping your belly in. Pay attention to your hips sagging too low here. So you want to feel almost like there's a magnet on your back and it's attached to the ceiling above you. Take 1 more full deep breath. With your exhale, you'll shift forward a little bit, look slightly forward, and then lower to your belly, all the way to the ground. When you get there, taps of your feet anchor down. Roll your shoulders down the back and lift into a baby cobra, Bhujangasana, elbows back and together, heart extending forward. You also want to feel your feet pressing down and your toes kind of spreading out. Exhale, lower, heart back down towards the ground. Again, like that, inhale, cobra. And exhale, lower. Just 1 more like that. Inhale, cobra, Bhujangasana. And lower down, exhale. Press up onto your hands and your knees and send your hips back towards your heels for child's pose, and just breathe into your lower back. Take a couple breaths here. And it's a good time to set an intention for your practice. Why are you doing this practice today? Let's come back up onto our hands and our knees. Tuck toes under, hips go up and back into down dog. Reach your right leg up towards the sky, and at the very top here, bend your right knee and open up through your right hip. At the same time, keep your left side waist long, so don't collapse into the left side too much. And then circle your right ankle around. Sometimes I have some popping or cracking in my hips happen when I just do this simple move. And then move your knee around. Well, not so simple. It's a lot of strength and balance. And then move your knee in the opposite direction. You're just loosening up your hip socket, getting everything to open up. And then try just bending and straightening your right leg a few times. Feel your quadricep open. Almost like you're trying to kick yourself in the butt. And let's take your right foot, bring your knee to your nose, really round through your upper body. And you can use blocks under your hands at the lowest level if you need some support or lift. You're going to gently step your right foot forward. So if it doesn't get all the way to the front, help it forward. Come up onto your fingertips or come up onto blocks. Inhale, melt your heart, take your gaze forward. Keep your back leg really strong here. Exhale, keep your hips low and round into your spine so your front knee stays bent. Inhale, melt your heart, just like cat-cow. Exhale, round into your upper body. One more time, inhale, melting heart. And exhale, rounding. Find neutral in your spine, step your left foot forward. With your exhale, fold in. Come up halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold back in. Bend your knees and just slowly ragdoll up to stand. Inhale. With your exhale, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down the back. Inhale, take your arms up towards the sky. Take steeple mudra, so your hands are interlaced with your index fingers released. So as you're there, reach way up to the sky with your index fingers, glue your palms together. Anchor both feet down and then stretch your body over towards the right. So you're doing a side bend. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, go up and over towards left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, towards right. Keep both feet anchored down. Inhale, center. Exhale, towards left. Keep your legs strong, your core turned on. We have one more cycle through. Inhale, center. Exhale, towards right. Inhale through center. Exhale, towards left. Inhale back to center. Take your elbows out to the side. Spread your fingers. Cactus the arms and lift through your chest. Good. Reach back up towards the sky. And then pass your hands to your heart. Bend your knees and bow all the way forward. Let your fingertips find the ground or hanging down. Inhale, come up halfway. Fold back in and you're stepping your right foot back. So the opposite foot should be forward. Keep yourself up onto your fingertips and your hands are in line with your feet, not too far forward, and they can be up on blocks. So I only have one, but if you have two, it's a great idea. So back leg is strong. Inhale, melting heart, lengthening chest through. Exhale, round into your upper body. Inhale, melting heart. Strengthen the back leg while you're here. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, melting heart. Rounding, exhale. Find neutral in your spine. Plant your palms down and step all the way into down dog. Take your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. And then circle your ankle around. And if you're kind of in the wrong position, adjust yourself so you're comfortable in down dog. And then circle your knee around, and your circles can be really big or really small, it doesn't matter. Just whatever feels right for the hip. Keep the right side pretty long. Switch directions of those knee circles. Spread your fingers even wider. And then try bending and straightening your left leg once or twice. Take a deep breath in. Bring your left knee into your chest. Round and coil into your upper body. You're going to step the left foot all the way forward. This time, lowering the back knee. Feel free to pad your knee. Relax your ankle down. And inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Square your hips and shoulders. Spread your toes out so you have a nice, firm place to balance. And then sink into your hips to a place that feels good. You don't want to dump into your lower back at all. And I really have the tendency of doing that in my body, so pay attention that you're not doing that. Take a deep breath in, kind of lengthen up. Bring your hands together at your heart center. You're going to reach up again through your side body and then take your right elbow across your left thigh. Press down through both of your palms, spiraling open through your chest, and keep your spine long. If this is just way too much, you can take one hand to the ground inside your foot, the opposite hand up. So let's take 3 more full deep breaths, just rinsing out our back. Getting our hips to open up, breathing into wherever your body needs it. So if it's a tight muscle or maybe something that's really working hard to hold your balance, breathe right into that space, give it extra energy. Take one more full deep breath in. Your hands are going to release down towards the mat or to your block. Shift your hips back this time, straighten through your front leg. It's a relative term, straighten, so you might have to have a bend if you have really tight hamstrings. Pull your toes back, lengthen your heart. So hands on blocks if you need. Exhale, fold in. So it's like a wave in your back. With your inhale, kind of lift up, draw length forward, and exhale, fold back in. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift up, lengthen through your chest, pull your toes at the same time, really far back, and fold. You'll feel that in your ankle, your calf. We've got one more. Inhale, lift, draw length forward, and then surrender, fold again. Rebend into your front knee. Tuck your back toe, back knee lifts, step to the front of your yoga mat and fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to the mat. Back is flat, knees are bent if you need. Exhale, fold in. One more time, just roll up, ragdoll up, massaging your body. Shrug shoulders up, back, and down the back. This time, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Try your palms together as close as you really can here. And then open up your shoulders. So what I see a lot is people kind of opening up their hands. You see that? So pull your palms together and micro bend at your elbows, not to hyperextend. Lift through your chest. Bend your knees a little bit. Lead with the heart. Pull the belly muscles in and fold back in. Let your head get heavy. If it feels like you can go a little deeper, you'll tick-tock your knuckles side to side to help open up the chest and the shoulders more. And I really don't know what I did yesterday. I'm so sore today. So this feels really good. So when you're sore, don't shy away from the soreness. Get right in there to help open things up. Take 2 more full deep breaths. We're going to release our hands down towards the earth. Inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And as you fold in, step your left foot back, leaving your right foot at the top of your mat. Switching sides again, lower your back knee down, relax through the back ankle, and arms go up towards the sky. So right away, I spread my toes out in the front foot and the back foot, helping to steady myself. And then you want to sink in without collapsing. Pull your belly muscles in. You might feel the front of your left hip opening up. You'll feel strength in this front right leg. Right? So maybe the lower back, if it's pinching at all, means you have to come out of it a little bit. You don't want to be right on top of your back knee. That really feels awful in my back kneecap, like awful. So pad the kneecap if you need to, but the weight is forward, so you're not on that back knee so much. Take a breath and reach up, kiss the palms together, and then bring your hands forward to your heart. When you get here, reassess. So inhale, lengthen again, and then twisting towards the right. Bringing the left arm across the right thigh, and then you're pressing down through that right palm to open everything up. Keeping your spine long. You might look down if the neck is like, I need to look down, look down. And looking down also helps with your balance. Pulling the belly in. Remember, you can modify with your left hand down, your right hand up. So while you're here, continue to think about your right hip pulling back and in. You'll feel that stretch a little bit more. Use your whole right foot to help you balance. Of course, breathe if you're holding your breath. Don't do that. Take one more breath. We're going to release our hands down towards the ground. Shift the hips back. Pull back through the right toes. And let's undulate again. So inhale, lift your heart, lengthen forward. And then fold in like a little wave here, moving through your body. Inhale, lift. Draw length forward, lengthen your neck and your chest even. And fold in. Pull your toes back even more. Breathe. One more time. Inhale, lift, lengthen, and fold in. Good. Inhale, lift your heart. Rebend your front knee. Plant your palms down. Back knee lifts. Step back into down dog. Take your right leg towards the sky. Take a breath in. Stretch up through your heel here. So keep your hips nice and level. With your exhale, come forward into plank. Right knee taps right tricep. Aha. Inhale, down dog, stretch up and back. Flex your ankle, spread your toes out. Exhale, right knee taps, left tricep, twist this time. Try to touch your knee to your arm. Inhale, foot to the sky. Let's do that one more time. Lots of core strength, shoulder strength. Right knee, right tricep. Move slow. Don't rush to this. Inhale, foot to the sky. Right knee, left tricep. Nice and slow. Inhale, foot to the sky. Step your right foot all the way through. You're staying on the ball of the back foot. This time, feet are in line with your hips. You're coming up to crescent lunge. So right away, I suggest bending the back knee. Bend the back knee, square your hips, get into that front leg, reach up through your arms. I'm gonna keep my back knee bent because guess what? My hips are really tight today. Over time, you can straighten the leg if that feels good. Make sure that doesn't compromise your lower back. Okay, take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Sink down a little deeper. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Full breath out. 1 more deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Inhale, reach up, kiss your palms. We're gonna take our left hand to the ground and our right hand towards the sky. So another twist, but more open. And you're gonna, from here, roll to outer edge of your back foot. And then you're gonna wiggle, wiggle, wiggle the right foot back a little bit. So you're in a side plank with support of your right foot. And the right foot goes back and wider, toes turn to the side. So all 10 toes are turning towards the right. So if this is too much, you're allowing yourself to come back with your right foot and lower your left knee down as a modification. Top arm is gonna reach up and over the ear and lift your hips up as high as you can. Make this beautiful rainbow arc in your body. With your exhale, dip your hips low, keep your bottom arm strong, and reach back through your right hand. That bottom leg is so straight, okay? You're getting into your side body and stretching your outer hip. Inhale, lift up, find strength. Exhale, dip down. One of my favorite students, Darcy, loves this, so I call this the Darcy. One more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, dip down. And then come just up towards a side plank, and you're gonna step back to a full side plank. Breathe here for 5. Long body, 4, 3, 2, come to plank pose, and lower to your belly, all the way to the earth. Take a baby cobra, inhale. And exhale, pull your heart forward, lower back down. Twice more like that. Inhale, baby cobra. So not so much pushing with the arms, it's lifting with the spine and the strength of your legs. Exhale, fold. We do 1 more, inhale, cobra. And fold in. Press to plank pose. Down dog, exhale. Left leg towards the sky, hips are levels. We start in down dog again. Flex your left ankle and reach back through your heel. Exhale, left knee taps left tricep. Find some strength here in your practice. Inhale, foot to the sky. Keep your hips level. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Try to come all the way forward to touch. That's where your strength lies. Inhale, foot to the sky. As close as you can. 1 more time. Left knee, left tricep. Go higher up on your arm if you can. Inhale, foot to the sky. Full extension back first. Cross under your body, tap right tricep. Go way up there. Inhale, foot to the sky. Let's step all the way forward. So coil up and in. Bring your foot forward. If it doesn't come all the way forward on 1 step, do a second. Move your feet in line with your hips. So that means your feet are train tracked on your mat and they're not so close together down the center of your mat. Bend your back knee a little, press your feet, and then rise up. So you don't want to lift up too soon, right? Square your hips, bend your back knee as much as you need, and then find some strength by going into that front leg more. We work on spreading our toes out, and then we breathe here. Take a nice full deep breath in. Maybe sink a little deeper. Another full deep breath in. And sink a little deeper. 1 more. Inhale. And sink a little deeper. Let's move on. Inhale, reach up, kiss your palms if you like. Exhale, release your right hand down. It goes right inside of your left foot, left hand towards sky. We're gonna roll to the outer edge of our back foot, and at the same time, move your left foot back if you need to. If you're tight in your hips like me, you'll need that space. And then you're in this supported side plank, which remember you can lower your right knee down and step your left foot all the way back for just a side plank here to balance. Lift up through your hips, take your top arm up and over your ear, and try to feel like a rainbow in your side body. With your exhale, dip your hips low as feels good. Bottom leg is really strong. Inhale, lift up. Push through your right hand. You're so strong here. Body is trembling. If you're trembling, you're doing it right. Exhale, dip down. That means you're building strength. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And I'm right there with you. Exhale, dip down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Let's find our side plank. We have 5 breaths here. Let's breathe for 5, 4, 3, you got it. 2, 1, come to plank pose and lower to your belly. Woo, we made it. Tops of your feet flat, and this time you take your hands behind your back. So we did this standing. Do the opposite interlace of your fingers, so the opposite thumbs on top, and then reach back through your knuckles. Make sure, again, you're not blowing out at your wrists. And lift up to your chest, tuck your chin under just a little. And let's breathe here for 5, 4, lift higher, 3, make sure you're breathing, 2, and lower down. Release your hands alongside you and turn one cheek to the ground and just rest for a moment. I'm out of breath, are you guys? Let's lift up again. So one more time, hands interlace. Reach back through your knuckles. Lift up to your chest, and if that feels good, you can lift your feet as well. Spread your toes out, breathe here for 5. Lift higher, 4, 3, lift higher, 2, and exhale, lower down. Opposite cheek to the mat, rest arms, head relaxes. You can hear my trash truck outside. There's always gonna be some sort of distraction, right? Hands below shoulders. Press back up onto hands and knees, tuck toes down dog. Widen your feet and step your feet in just a little bit. Spread your toes out, spread your fingers out. So this is a shortened version of down dog, and we do this maybe just to help our lower back open up. Otherwise, we're gonna take a twist here. So I'm keeping my left hand in down dog. My right hand is tracking to my outer left ankle, pulling with the right bicep and gazing underneath my left arm. Just taking a couple breaths, feeling my back rinse out. Get the backs of my legs nice and open. Switch sides, right hand to the ground. Make sure you put all the pressure in your right hand. Take your left hand, track it underneath the body towards right ankle, then bend your left arm and pull your gaze underneath. Pull your belly muscles up and in. Keep your heels feeling heavy here. They might not touch the ground, it's okay. And then both hands down towards the mat. Take yourself high up onto your toes, bend your knees, step your right foot outside your right hand, your left foot outside your left hand, turn your heels in slightly, your toes out, and squat malasana. Block under butt if you need support. It's really helpful. If you can't get your heels down, we're working towards that. You can have a blanket under your heels. Hands towards heart center, crown of your head lifting. Breath is with you. Couple moments. This is a really great opportunity to close your eyes for a second. See what you have. Take one more full deep breath in. And exhale, hands down, hips go up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Feet into hips with distance. Fold in. Breathe into those hamstrings. Hamstrings, backs of the legs can get really tight from doing a lot of exercise. And also they can be tight if you don't do anything. So you want to open them up every single day. And sometimes all I do is this forward fold. On a day I'm taking a break, I still do a forward fold. Let my back release and my legs release. Bend your knees, ragdoll up to stand. Shrug your shoulders up, back and down the back. All right, step towards the top of your mat if you're not already there. Big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Sit your butt down, Utkatasana chair pose. Take a full deep breath in and chair. Exhale, fold over your legs. Come up to a flat back, inhale. Plant your palms back, down. Step back to plank pose, chaturanga. So this time we're lowering just halfway down. If you need your belly, use it. Come into up dog, inhale. Tops of your feet are down, knees are lifted, legs are strong. Press into your hands. Down dog, exhale. Right leg towards the sky, inhale. Let's amp it up just a little bit more. Right knee taps your right tricep, and then you're going to go sliding your knee down to your wrist. It's strong. Up to your tricep, foot to the sky. Whew. Right knee under body, taps left tricep. Same thing here. Slide it down to your wrist, up to your tricep, foot to the sky. Right foot steps forward. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, come up to crescent. Good. So back knee can always be down as a modification. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Take your twist now over your right thigh with the back leg lifted. If it needs to be down, it needs to be down. Press down through your top hand. Make your back leg stronger. I love hanging my neck here some days. Feels good. Looking down is always an option. I like to practice with more of a relaxed neck, so I'm not bringing more attention into my body. Take 3 more full deep breaths. So we're going just a little bit deeper. If you need to back it off, back it off. You're going to release your hands down towards the ground or blocks. Shift back, straightening the front leg as much as it will. Flex your toes back, balance on your heel. Blocks under hands or back knee down is an option. Fold in. So I'm still a little kind of cockeyed in my hips, and that's okay, just working on that. Pull back through your right hip and forward through your outer left. Ooh, and then you'll feel the stretch go deeper. Still hearing the garbage truck. Maybe you don't hear it. Of course, that has to happen. Rebend into your front knee, and let's take this into a standing split. So your left leg is lifting and your right foot is balanced on the ground and your head is heavy. I don't want you sticking your head forward. So try looking at your shin or looking at your lifted foot and square your hips off even more. And if you're like, I got this, you can take your right hand around the back of your ankle and lift your left leg higher. We don't want to roll our left hip open, so pay attention if your toes are turning to the side. That's a little sign that your hip is rolling open. Take one more breath. Got both feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Come up halfway, inhale. Fold back in, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Stand tall, hands to heart center. Inhale back into your chair. Get your butt back. Fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Palms to the earth, step to plank, chaturanga. Let's clear some space. Inhale, up dog. We know we have the other side, so get ready for it. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky, lead with your heel. Left knee, left tricep. So you can hold here, otherwise track your knee down to your wrist. Go back up to your tricep, strong. Foot to the sky. Cross under body, tap right tricep. Slide it down to your wrist. Arm with you, inhale, foot to the sky. Step right foot all the way forward. Move your feet in line with your hips, come up for crescent. Kind of like we made it. Hands to heart center. Lengthen through your side body and let's twist. So right arm across left thigh. Back leg is strong. Press down through your top palm. Feel free to relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Strengthen your legs. Pull your left hip back and in. Feel yourself staying even through right to left leg. 2 more full deep breaths. You should feel yourself working. All right, release hands to the ground or blocks. Shift back, straighten front leg. Square your hips. So that means for me, always drawing that back right hip forward and left hip back. Pull your chest forward, flatten your spine, and then fold in. Continue to breathe. I notice that I hold my breath a lot when things get tough. So we're going to take the same shape into standing splits. So move your weight forward onto your left leg and lift your right. And then work on squaring your hips off. So if that hip rolled open, you'll notice that your toes are pointing to the side. So roll the outer right hip down, lift the inner right or left hip, and then fold in. If you have that in you to grab your ankle, your left ankle with your left hand, do that. Head is heavy, do not look down. Look at your shin, look at your lifted leg, and then lift from the inner right thigh. Just a little bit more for 3, 2, both feet to the top of your mat. We did it. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose one more time. Utkatasana. Stand tall, hands to heart center. Inhale, chair pose. Come up onto your tippy toes. Widen your knees and squat low. Take your hands to the ground and walk your hands forward. Bow in between your legs. Get your lower back and your outer hips to open up. Take another breath. Walk your hands in. Plant your palms down, lift your hips up. Knees are gonna wrap around the outer upper arms. Let's take one crow pose. So you might stay here with your feet on the ground or play with one foot up and maybe both feet up. Breathe for 3, 2, feet to the ground, step to plank, and lower chaturanga. Last vinyasa, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, open your hip. We're moving on here to pigeon. So right knee behind the right wrist and the foot to the left. Inch back through your left knee. Inch it back till you're comfortable. Relax your back foot. Keep this front shin working towards parallel. It's probably not gonna be all the way there. And then another way you can use a block is to place it underneath this right hip. If you notice you're kind of twisting towards the side, you want to square off as best you can, and then come down to forearms. Relax your shoulders. You might be laying all the way flat on your chest, and we're breathing here. So not only does pigeon pose help open up the hip, but it helps to release your lower back quite a bit. So wherever you need this stretch, I actually feel this in my hamstring, which means my hamstrings really need some extra love today. Allow yourself to relax your fingertips, your face. Again, take tension away from your neck. Let's take just 5 more breaths. You could stay in this a couple minutes if you had time. You might pop back into this later in the day. We're going to come up onto hands. Take a stretch up first. You're taking your time. You're going to tuck your back toe under. Back knee lifts and then go to down dog and shake, shake, shake that leg out. And then place your foot to the ground and let's switch sides. So left leg is lifting up, bend your knee, open your hip up, get it ready. Left knee behind the left wrist. So left knee is over on the left side of your mat, flexing your left ankle and then inching your right knee back. And sometimes it's hard to get that front foot to flex, right? So work towards it. Square your hips off, kind of coming up, and then as you're ready, lengthen forward. And pay attention to what the back foot's doing. You want it pointing straight back. So you don't want your toes turning to the side. Relax your jaw, your neck, relax your fingertips. If you're clenching your hands, you know that you're holding tension somewhere. So find it, breathe into it, try to use your breath to dissolve whatever that is. A couple more breaths here. So remember, you can use your block at any time. These last few minutes of your practice are important. We got all the heat in our body, now we're really stretching things out. So if you're like me, you have a tendency when the tough stuff, quote unquote tough stuff, is done, you kind of jump out of the practice, right? So if you're thinking about doing that, I'm going to encourage you to stay today and just see what you can get out of it. All right, let's come up onto our hands. Take just a stretch here, so just feel what you've done. Plant your palms down, tuck your back toe. Use strength and power to step back towards down dog, and then shake out your left leg. Both feet to the ground, lower knees down towards earth. Sit towards one hip, bring your feet in front of you, feet together, knees wide. So as you come into this little butterfly or cobbler's pose. Sit up nice and tall. Hands are at feet, and then you're folding in. Elbows towards shins. And so here you can do hands on feet or hands walking forward and bowing in more. You might notice that I'm always kind of wiggling in my practice, so I like to use just like small movements to help open up little sore spots. There is something to be said about, long holds as well. So what do you need? Do you need to wiggle a little, or do you need to just be still and breathe into what you're doing? Come on up. Scoop knees together. Okay, let's take another hip stretch here. So left leg is long. Right foot is going to cross over the left leg, and then you're going to pull that foot back. Oof, some of us are like, okay, so you can sit on the block here if you need to. So step one is just having the bottom left leg straight. Reach up and then fold in. And you're going to kind of compress your weight into that front leg, and that's going to get a good, different type of stretch going on in your hip. And just let your head hang if that feels appropriate. Only go as far as you can go, right? So don't force anything. If this is challenging, you might stay. Stage 2 is going to be taking your left foot back outside of your right hip. So now knees are stacked, feet are outside of hips, and again folding in. We have this Gomukhasana legs, cow face legs going on. Try to keep your butt on the ground. And if you're leaning forward so much your butt is lifted, draw your butt muscles back down and you go, oh, okay, there's a stretch, right? So if you're not feeling something but you're in it, seek for, am I doing everything right? Come on up. Lean back so you can shake your legs out. Whew. Switch sides. Right leg forward. Left foot comes back. So it's not just on the ground, it's tucked back as far as you can get it. Trying to look for stacking knees, and it's not going to be perfect. Flex back through your right foot, reach up, and lengthen your weight forward. And then just let everything fold in. Use your breath. Naturally, when things get tough or scary or hard, we hold our breath. What happens if you breathe through something? Like if this is really sore in your body or challenging and you're holding your breath, you're tightening and restricting your muscles. If you're breathing into it, you're letting yourself kind of get closer to the pose. You're leaning in instead of holding off. And so it's really good to practice that here on your mat so you can take it off your mat and practice in daily situations, right? Things that are a little awkward, they're tough, they're scary. So you can stay with the stage 1, or if you want to add the bottom foot, crossing under, do so. So if you're tight like me, my left butt cheek is lifting. I'm going to work really hard to get that back to the ground, and then I'm coming forward again. Surrender. Breathe. All right, let's come on up, lean back, stretch legs forward, shake them out. Make your way onto your back on your mat. Okay. Take your right knee into your right armpit and straighten your left leg forward. Right? So as you're here on your mat, pull your right knee a little to the right and just hold it in, and this might feel like quite a simple stretch. Feel your thigh pressing against your side, or get it as close as you can, massaging your organs, and then circle your right ankle around. We're just winding down. So this is really where a lot of people go, okay, my practice is done, I'm gonna turn the video off. Don't do it. This is like the sweet stuff that's gonna last. It's great for your lower back. Take a twist. Your right knee is coming across your body. At this point where my knee doesn't touch the ground, I'm going to scoot my left hip back towards the middle of my mat and hold my right knee down. And then this right shoulder is lifted. So if it's too much to have your arm hanging, you can place something underneath your shoulder or arm so you don't have so much weight there. You can also have your hand at your waist if it's just too much. So Where should your right hand be? It should be kind of at the level of your ear when it's stretched out. You can also do cactus arm. I'm pretty, again, really, really tight today. I've been doing a lot of cycling and that tightens up my body, and then I'm doing, yoga, but also some arm workouts, and just everything, balances everything else out. So it's good to mix it up. Come on back to center. Let's bring our left knee into chest. So just scoot your hips back to the center, straighten right leg, and then it's not knee necessarily straighten, it's more to the side towards your inner armpit. And then once you get here, straighten your right leg and then circle left ankle around. Just loosen up anything that might have overworked during your standing poses today. We're gonna take our left knee across towards the right. And then this is where I'm kind of like, oh, I'm too tight. So I scoot my right hip back in and I'm able to get the left knee to the ground. Hold it down with your right hand and then you're opening back up. And some of you will be kind of caught here. So you can place something underneath this left shoulder. Keep your left knee on the ground and open up as much as feels appropriate in your body. Let this stretch feel really juicy in the body. Universal twist. Let your body rinse out, release stress, anxiety, anything that feels like it's kind of blocking you today. As we release that stuff that no longer serves us, we have more room for where we want to go, how we want to feel. Create that space for yourself. You are definitely in charge here. The sooner you understand that, the faster you can really affect and change your life. Let's come back to center. We take one more hip stretch because why not? We're going to take our hands to the outer edges of our feet. If you can't reach, ankles or thighs are fine. Pull the knees wide in happy baby pose. If you want to be a happy baby, you can rock a little bit side to side. That might feel good. I'll take a little bit of a modified version here. You're going to bring your feet together and keep your knees wide. And then if you can, get those hands interlaced outside of the feet and draw your tailbone down and long. Crown of your head is long as well. Feel yourself stretching and spreading out across your spine. Knees into chest. Hug your knees in nice and tight. If it feels good, you can tuck into a little ball. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, stretch out onto your back. Spread your feet a little wider than your hips, hands a little wider than shoulders. Relax your body, close your eyes. Let's finish together. So take a deep breath in. Full breath out. 2 more, deep breath in. Full breath out. Relax everything. 1 more, deep breath in. And exhale. If you have the time, please stay here in a shavasana. A couple minutes will do you good justice. If you need to get moving, you come up to a seat. So if you're staying, just stay. If you're coming up, you're coming up. Gather your energy, gaze inward, repeat to yourself, I am willing, I am ready, I am open to receive. Namaste. Yogis, thanks so much for joining me. I'm Anne. I'll see you soon.